book, I haven't really seen anything in the courts that are basically going to oppose anything being on the internet or socials. I'm using that broadly, but basically that's considered sort of the public internet. Most countries are leaning towards that. And I felt our country was coming in that way. And then this document comes out and says two things that I really thought was powerful and you brought up. And number one, I think the biggest thing was that impact, market dilution. It was really clear. And I've never heard that from either the Copyright Office yet, because they've really been naturally stepping gently into this like fray, because really what you're doing to me is the bridge to creativity. The big companies, the Disneys, they have the lawyers, right? The New York Times, everyone is settling into licensing. And I'm really scared that when the US Copyright Office, in what I considered a very positive update that I hope sticks, says that this can't, like, you have to let the market figure this out with licensing. And that's where I get like, okay, I can see that. It's already happening all over the place, licensing. But like, one, how do you actually bring it to the broader masses? And two, what is sort of the, if this makes sense, is there any way to measure, where your reach ultimately would be able to make you revenue? I know that's super early, but I mean, theoretically, what, because not everybody is going to be able to license their content.
Yeah. No, well, the one of the things that's specifically stated in this document is the rise of not just licensing agreements with big guys like Vox Media and the Washington Post or whatever it is, but that there is actually a platform like CredTent out there that's saying, let's consolidate the work of the little guys. Let's actually let everybody register on the platform, because you can register on CredTent at no cost to you. We can help you opt out, or we can help you license your work. And what we do is we put together all of the work of those small creators into a standard corpus that we then license out to people. And then we split up the money on the basis of their contributions. We look at success attributes that they can put on, like if they won awards, or have they got certified sales figures and what have you, to be able to make sure that we understand the value of their work. We're experts on content valuation. And this is, for us, one of the unfair advantages we have against the competition that's come into place, which really isn't very interesting. Honestly, most of the competition we have are just people that are trying to do it. They're just trying to build licensing businesses. That's not what CredTent's mission is. CredTent's mission is saying, let's make sure we have agency for creative people. We're a B Corp, and we're focused on making sure we push back 85% of the money to creators so they can actually make some money and survive. Because I can tell you, in 10 years, I don't want everything that happens in the world that's creative to be coming out of algorithmic creativity. We want to make sure that creators have an opportunity. So by consolidating people into that group and making sure that we can pay them out, we are not only are we making sure that creators have an opportunity to be able to make some money on their work and choose to say, I want to opt out, or I'd like to license, but we're also trying to make sure that we're actually enabling the startups out in the space that want to challenge big AI to license as well. So, if you're a startup that wants to make sure that you're ethically sourcing your content, you can come on to CredTent, and we will license it for a revenue share, or for an opportunity to be able to make sure you have access to this content. When you make the money, we'll collect the money from that, and we'll distribute it appropriately to people, because we want to make sure that this is a healthy ecosystem, but it's also an ethical ecosystem. And so, that's one thing that's mentioned. I know it's mentioned specifically in the Copyright Office. That's because we've talked to the Copyright Office. We told them all about CredTent, and early this year I met with them when I was speaking at the NAMM conference for the National Association of Music Merchants. I spoke to them specifically and let them know what we were doing, because somebody needed to come out and solve this problem, to orchestrate the relationship between AI companies and creative folks.